It just rained. I'm getting bit chewed up, I tell you. It's a good thing I have good balance because I've been standing on one leg, scratching like a dog, I tell you. Intimacy. No pregame, no Vaseline. Let's dive right in. Intimacy. It is not a physical activity like most people think. You know, they would say intimate wear. I think that's where the whole mishap happened. Intimate wear, yeah, you know, you would wear it when you were with yourself, by yourself, etc. Maybe that's where it came from. Somebody will let me know. You may think that it is doing the physical horizontal activity. I don't even know what I could say on this thing or show anymore. But, you know, you can have a very deep, intimate, soul banging moment with someone out of the blue. You could be deeply penetrated, soulfully, and it could feel amazing. And you didn't take your clothes off. You maybe didn't even touch. You were maybe across the table. And the world was having a conversation, and so were you two. It's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. Having those intimate moments. Sometimes those moments happen where they last forever in your minds. And they might have been, like I said, just fleeting moments, but they were very intimate. They got into you. That moment got into you. That person looked into you. Next. Those are the moments. Yes. What you doing up in that creek, girl? Intimacy now. How can you be intimate with someone when you're not intimate with yourself? That comes first. Because many people are seeking that intimacy, that revelation of the self as another reveals themselves unto you, before you. That absolute no judgment zone. That you don't have to be a freak like me, but you accept it, you know, you let me be me. It's not you, it's just me. And you like it, you dig it. And be free, you know, whatever. It could be, but you know, there's this intimacy that you can be yourself. You can be accepted and not judged. And it doesn't mean that they have to do what you're doing or you have to do what they're doing. And so it's a lot of fun. You know, but that is sacred, isn't it? It's sacred. Otherwise, what happens is most of the time when people think they're having intimacy or an intimate moment, what they're doing is, you know, they're playing a character. They want to satisfy, or they want to be satisfied and they don't really give a darn. I've met those. The ones that don't have the full repertoire. But anyway, yeah, you know, but then those people too are like, I'm like, well, why don't you reveal yourself? Why don't you stop playing that character? And they'll say, you know, because I don't know. And then I'm afraid that if I reveal myself like that to a woman, that she's going to use it against me. like people do. And so that gets in the way of really great intimacy plus physical intimate activities. That gets in the way of that because there's so much fear in the way of the love. Even in the way of the love of the moment. It doesn't even have to be the love for each other, although you should love each other as human beings. Intimacy. Let's get intimate. So together, intimate and intimacy. Yes, get intimate with yourself. Learn about your angers, your fears. That's why it's so good to practice self-love in a different way. Learn your body. Learn what makes you tick so that you could guide another into your universe, your world. You're a whole other world. So you have to be a tour guide for people. You teach them how to treat you. They don't know. And you could stick around and see if they get it, but if they don't, you have the freedom to just move on. I do like intimacy. If I'm going to be with somebody, it's all there. Here it is. Not all at once. Not all at once. You can't handle the truth. But, it is very intimate. Like, I don't like, if you ask me something I don't feel comfortable answering, I'll say, you know what, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. But then when we get there, I do, hey, you know what, you asked me. And it might not be you. It might just be something that I'm still processing or whatever. But I'm very open bookish and very sacred about my ways. And I don't just say, I'm with one person at a time. You know what I mean? I mean it. And yeah, there's no jumping around. There's a deep intimacy. Like, I don't just say these words. So, my truth is before me, But at times we have regular vibes, regular waves we're on. And so it's important, if you want that intimacy, you must create and prepare it. You must nurture that ground. And you do that by getting really intimate with yourself. And that's good. And getting intimate with another in that particular way is just so liberating. You could both fall off the bed, you could laugh, you could whatever. It's very liberating. But there are two different things, intimacy and intimate. Get intimate with yourself, deeply intimate, so that you may see yourself. Into yourself do see, and then into me you will see, and into any other. Bye-bye.